Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this talk as much as me. Really nice to get to reconnect with the Parallel Nipolis team. And as we said, we've been there a while ago. So it's nice to see how they progressed and also how much their mission is still alive and kicking and how much they contribute to educating more people to understand crypto and blockchain. Moving on, so we are going to make our way from Prague to sunny Valencia in Spain to be with Jaime. Hello.
Hello, Pauline. How are you?
Oh, it's always, when I see you, I'm always great. It's always so nice to see you and to chat with you.
Really good. Me too. Me too.
How is life in Valencia today?
Today is fine. It's a little bit cold, but not a lot.
Define
Here.
cold?
Yeah, I define cold like 12 degrees.
Oh my God.
Something like
Okay.
that.
we were just in northern Sweden where now I saw it's minus 11 for them. So,
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, from the weather to the metaverse, which is what we
Yes.
are going to talk about today, and I'm really excited about our chat. But before we dive into metaverse topics, can I ask you to introduce yourself and also maybe the co-working space you work for?
Yeah, of course. I'm Jaime Villalonga. I'm the marketing director of WayCo. Okay, WayCo is the first operator in Valencia as a co-working spaces, and we have now two co-working spaces really well located in the city center. One is called WayCo Ruzafa, and the other one is called WayCo Abastos. So totally, it's we are the biggest operator in Valencia because we have more than 4,000 square meters, and we have a community of around 400 co-workers, international companies and local companies. And the good news that is that we are about to open a new co-working space called WayCo Cabañal. That is going to be 5 minutes to the sea. So it's going to be a whole building with 5 floors, 2 rooftops, and around 3,000 square meters. So we would say that in Valencia, because we are located just in Valencia, Spain, we will have more than 6,000 square meters. And with this opening that is happening in 1-2 months, so imagine all the work we have now, we will be a community around 600 co-workers. So we are really happy.
Yeah, it's, I mean, if you guys watch this and haven't been to WayCo in Valencia, you should go. Also because the buildings you take, they all have so much history and like you preserve them so well. I mean, it's a really fascinating space, and the team, you, Nacho, and everyone, you're like amazing people. So before we dive into the metaverse, everybody make your way to Valencia, and then all together from Valencia, we can go in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, because we are going to talk about the metaverse. So as I was challenging maybe our speakers before, we put this event in order for people to understand all those technologies and those concepts. So as you've been very much involved into the metaverse, how would you explain what's the metaverse exactly to our viewers?
Yeah, it's really easy. Meta is coming. Meta, it means in Latin beyond, and verse refers to the universe of the internet. So it means beyond the internet. It means that the metaverse is an evolution of internet. It's a new way of surfing the internet. Some people call it the metaverse, the Web 0.3, okay, or the Internet of Place. It means the Internet of ownership. We are all the ownerships, okay? So basically, to understand well, I'm going to explain really briefly, to understand well what is the metaverse and what is coming and the state of the art today, we have to start speaking about the Web 2.1, that it was until the year 2000. And we had basically a browser. We have a modem making a lot of noise, a browser, and a searcher. So we came out with tons of information. It was basically data. Okay, we have to think that we were coming from books and magazines and all this physical information. So it was the first step. Then I would say the Web 2.0. It was coming from the year 2000 until now. For me, we are still in this Web 2.0. So basically, the evolution from was we start using the social media, user content, mobile apps, but the power was in the hands of corporates like Google, Microsoft with all the data. So a lot of people get annoyed about this, okay? And even these big companies, they were sued by the states and all this stuff. So it was the era of the people, okay? We pass from data to people. Now what happened? Now we are for me, what is going to be the next revolution, okay? You cannot understand the metaverse without understanding AI and blockchain and cryptos. We will talk later on. But yeah, the Web 3.0 or the metaverse, it means semantic. It means everything running behind is used by the blockchain, okay? It means we will have some wallets, okay? Wallets is like our electronic banks, okay, but decentralized, not owned by by big corporations. We use cryptos, we use NFTs, and we use AI. But the most important, this is immersive, okay? It's immersive. We use virtual reality, augmented reality, or what we call mixed reality. I will explain later on. And what happened now? We are people, but we use avatars, okay?
Yeah.
So we see perfectly how we have been moving on. What happened here in the metaverse is one thing is what we in the States we are now, okay? So I don't know if people listen to us was entered in the Horizon and some platforms. So yeah, we have like these avatars, and yeah, you can interact with each other, you can speak, but they are like cartoons, okay? It's evolving a lot because the AI is, we have some engines like Unity and Real, and this at the end we will have real avatars, okay? But at the moment they are like cartoons. What happened is that not a lot of people are really happy with that, because people were thinking about this film that is called Real Player One, okay? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I'm muted.
Okay. Yeah.
I know that you put together a few videos for people to understand that, and one of them is the Real Player One. Is it?
Yeah.
Do you want us to show what it is so people can understand?
Yeah, you can play it a little bit. You can play the video before. It was called how is working, how is Meta presenting the metaverse, and what if you want. Just
let's do that. So, Dimitar, if you can put the video number 1 so that people can understand what's the metaverse today.
Yeah.
No, that's not this one. The one before, it's video 1, it's called, Dimitar. Just a sec.
Yeah.
He's bringing it up, the horizon, just so people can understand what we are. He's just going to bring it up in a second. It's because really you've selected a really nice mix of videos, so I think it's cool for us to see them.
That's what we have now, okay? That is quite well. So let's going to have a look, a quick one. Yeah, so basically, as I said, is what we have now that is quite well. We can meet each other in virtual rooms, in what we call it the metaverse. And I would say the metaverse doesn't exist yet after we see the second video, okay? That is what we aspire to, okay? What we wanted to get into the metaverse, but it's not.
And the second one is the Ready Player One, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just telling him which
Yeah.
video. Number
Okay.
3. I'm just gonna show it. He's bringing it up.
You just put the video in the part of the glasses when it takes the glasses and the process just a bit. Yeah, over there. Yeah. So you see here the avatars are not cartoons, starting to be people and persons and all that. Okay.
Wow.
So you really live like in a film. Okay.
Yeah, actually you do.
Yeah.
So that's an avatar or that's the real character?
Yeah.
It's the avatar.
Yeah, it's the avatar,
Wow.
but really real one. Not like the ones we have now in the metaverse.
I think you can start.
Yeah, pass it a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's enough just to have yeah, there, over there, you can see how you can meet people with another avatars and all that. But for me, it's enough if you want to stop the film. So what happened now? We are working in the pathways, okay, and we are working in the new roads, in all the infrastructure that is going to compose the metaverse. But it's not yet. So always I said we are working. We are working on metaverse is in progress. We can do many things, but what happened if we take a definition of Matthew Ball, that is one of the most recognized speakers about the metaverse, this American one. He said that the metaverse, we have 9 features. That one is immersive, okay? The other one is infinite. So it means that I can start in the metaverse in Valencia, but I can jump to another metaverse and to be in Poland, and everything link it using the same avatar, taking all my digital assets with me, so I can be in Valencia. Imagine, I'm going to use a practical example. I can be working in WayCo, in the metaverse co-working. I'm a real avatar, but I can move on to the Prague, the one that the speaker before, and I can pay with my digital assets that can be crypto, but always I stay in the whole environment, because metaverse there is just one. That's the key difference that people don't understand, because it has to be infinite, it has to be reactive, persistent, has to be interconnected, social, creative, and applied reality. So if we watch these two videos, we know we are not yet, but it's coming, okay?
Yeah.
So always I say the metaverse does not exist yet, but virtual platforms. And that's true. We have virtual platforms. We have Roblox, Decentraland, Minecraft, Sonium Space, Horizons, Axie Infinity, Fortnite. I think everyone knows Fortnite. We have OBR, Star Atlas, Earth 2, Big Country, and so forth. So we have many companies,
And
okay, many virtual platforms. Yeah.
just like because again, those maybe we will link the different platforms or like virtual worlds that exist today, so viewers can maybe also experiment if they want to. But one thing I wanted to ask you is, do I always need a set of like goggles or anything to access any metaverse, or can I access it today in 2023 without having to put goggles on?
No, you don't need. You don't need. I mean, here is okay. Explain the virtual platform. So how your question is how you enter the metaverse? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is always we need glasses? No, because we have virtual reality. Is a complete immersion in this world. It's artificial world. It's like the film Real Player One. So for this you need the glasses. But if we enter in the metaverse with augmented reality, okay, we can enter by the PC, by the mobile phone, because this one is a virtual lawyer on a physical world. Okay, is you augment reality, you take your mobile phone, and you see something augmented, but what is behind is the real landscape or building or whatever thing. And we have a mixed reality that is what we saw in the first video that you can access with glasses. So you have something that appears in your physical world that is fiction, something some objects over here, but you are still in the physical. So you don't need the glasses always. In fact, if you enter now in the central and on other platforms, you can enter just by your computer or your mobile phone. So that's why some people said that they are not having a really good experience, but it's because they don't understand this difference. That at the moment we are not in the state of this film, the Real Player One, that in fact it was carried out by Steven Spielberg in the year 2011, is more or less when everything started. Well, it started before.
I think so what you just said is it's really a great introduction for people to really understand what is the metaverse and where are we today when we talk about the metaverse and maybe what's the end goal. And the end goal is like the Ready Player One. But one of the things I also want to ask you, because what we see right now is also that many brands are starting to get very interested in creating metaverse experiences. And before we talk about co-working, I want to be a little bit broader and ask you, why do you think brands are so interested in the metaverse right now? What do they see in the metaverse?
Yeah. Well, basically, I'm going to give you some data. Roblox, it has 202 millions of users.
Wow.
Okay. Basically, the audience is the generation Z. So it means people between 9 and 13 years old for this platform. They are starting to spend money. They spend like $14. Okay. And they stand there for 2.5 hours a day. So this is one really interesting data. Minecraft, it has 140 millions of users, is generation Z, and people, the average of another generations is 24 years. They spend like $15, and they use more or less 6 hours the platform. And we have the Fortnite is almost as well 200 millions of users, and we have here the generation Z plus the millennials. So it means people from the 18 to 34 years old, more or less. And here it depends, but the expenditure, the money they spend is between $100 and $200. So why people, you understand why brands want to be there, because brands are starting to understand that the metaverse is a new way of communication. It's really important. For me, it's a new way of communication. Social media is a new way of social media. When someone is going to Fortnite, before, some years ago, when Fortnite started and this stuff, they go there for playing the games. But after a while, they see that they were making friends and this stuff. So the last end of Fortnite today is to play, but is a platform to meet people, to go there and meet people. So really important, the data that I give you, and you say why brands want to be there. This is because they see is going to be the new way of communication with new generations that is happening today. Imagine that the Gen Z, the generation Z, in 5 years are going to be people around us in businesses, in organizations. They are going to be people taking decisions in our businesses. So it's really important to start. Now the brands are starting to experiment and to see what is going on and to try out. Just to give you some data, with the metaverse, you get more memorable experiences. It enhances the brand engagement, the top of mind, plus 30% more than the normal media.
Wow.
They share the experiences with others in 57% more than social media. Increase purchase probability plus 37%. Multiply conversions. If we talk about augmented reality advertisement that you can do now, is something that we can do now. It multiply conversions plus 2. And if you use augmented reality in returns, in e-commerce, it reduces product returns by 25%. So
Wow.
this is data, is measured, is happening now, and this is why brands see that is going to be the next movement. It's taking some years, but maybe it's going really quick.
I think it's a really important point that you're bringing up around the social elements of the metaverse, which a lot of us maybe we don't see because we don't use the metaverse, or we are not the target audience yet of the metaverse, or maybe we just haven't found our world in the metaverse yet. But you're so right in saying that, this is like where the younger generation goes to socialize. So if I make a bridge now with co-working, because that's our topic, how would you see the metaverse and co-working working together?
I think that's fine. It's going to be a complement for the physical co-working space. Okay, now, in the co-working spaces, we have the physical memberships, okay, the fixed memberships, but some co-working spaces, they have the virtual membership, okay? We know that people want to belong to a peer, okay, or to a community. Here for WayCo, the most important thing is our community. We have a community builder working in the marketing department and building and working around this community. For us, is the most important thing. Okay, you cannot sell anything to the generation Z, millennials, and so forth if they don't believe in you, if they don't feel part of a community. That's a really important thing. So for me, everything is evolving in this way. And I give to you an example that there is a co-working in Spain called the Mad World that they are experimenting, and because they are a creator co-working in Spain, they did it in the metaverse. What happened now? And what we have to understand is that if you go to a platform and you don't have a lot of users, the coworker is going to get bored. Okay, because you need to enter in the metaverse to see content every day, to see everything is working quickly, to have all the devices and all that. But for me, it's coming. For me, it's coming, and it's going to be the next step. I would say to pay with the cryptos as well. They are services that you have to give to the clients as they move on to new technologies. Okay.
And I think the example you shared, which we are going to bring up now, Mad World, so the co-working space from Madrid, who is in the metaverse, is really a great example. So Dimitar is going to just show it so people can understand how it works. And then maybe we can chat briefly about it after.
Mad World, the first space for the creatives, advertisers, and content creators of the universe in the metaverse. A space designed to socialize, find new business opportunities, enter new professional relationships, learn at our classes, plan events or presentations, meet with clients, partners, or friends, and sign up to or experience firsthand the latest developments from the most important associations in the sector. Mad World. Feel like you're walking through the early days of advertisement, brainstorming ideas in the Sterling Cooper office, the agency from the legendary TV series Mad Men, recreated to scale for a unique experience. Mad World is divided into three spaces: the West Wing, the Madrid Content School, the first content school on the metaverse. In this Magna virtual wing, we will stream the school's masterclasses, meetings, talks, and events. Soon, you will find discounts on courses, access to job listings, and even student portfolios. Check the program for events and talks at the entrance. Get to know some of the most important associations of creatives and content creators to experience firsthand the latest news, offers, and courses, and sign up to what you're interested in. The East Wing, where many of the first businesses based entirely on the metaverse or whose business model is based on it converge. Producers, builders, event managers, or even the Encubierta Agency, the first creative agency in the universe on the metaverse. If you have a project in mind, here you will find a selection of the best for any professional service you need. All you have to do is enter a meeting room and connect with the professional you're interested in. If you'd like to take part in Mad World, enter the Mad World office to consult meeting room availability. La Cubierta, our favorite space. La Cubierta is open air, an oasis in the middle of Mad Avenue. Find the perfect spot to have a cocktail while you have an energizing chat with other professionals, New York style. The perfect area for informal presentations, musical events, and after work activities with direct street access. Mad World is a space pioneered and produced by the Encubierta Agency in collaboration with the Madrid Content School, created to teach, investigate.
I think it's really cool to see. And I mean, when I watched the video for the first time, when you shared it with me, I was thinking maybe in 10 years from now, when we will watch it, we will laugh at how simple it looks or how childish it looks, because we will go into what you were saying earlier, to Ready Player One. But now it looks so interesting to have those kind of experiences. And because I see the time is ticking, I want to ask you, what would you recommend operators who are interested in exploring the metaverse to take as the next steps for them to educate themselves further and see how the metaverse they want to create could go along the line of what we just saw, for instance?
Yeah, for me, the first thing is to take a course or to educate, to take a training, to understand the new ecosystems. Okay, because here in the metaverse, in the video we saw, you can enter there, but you can play on the real TV to play a presentation. You can give NFTs to your coworkers. that they are no fungible tokens, and they can use it as a credit of the ecosystem. So you need to understand this really, really well. Once you have this, for me, is to use the virtual reality to think about the major commercial potential that it has for your co-working space. Okay, take a small project and to think of and to see how you implement. It's really important to select a virtual reality partner with experience in the field. The good point now is that you can use some platforms. You don't need to build your own platforms. That is what they are doing, big brands, and they spend really big budgets. But you can go to Decentraland, to other platforms, and you can ask to a partner to build this for you, and it's not going to be really expensive. Okay, it's affordable. Then, as I said, you need to choose carefully your virtual reality platform, and it's really important to create the content and to experiment, use feedback, and to improve. As always I said, there is not error, there is just A/B testing. And more for the new technologies is something that the new companies are doing now. They are testing. Sometimes they do really well, like Nike. They open in Roblox a Nike Land. So imagine how successful they were with some training shoes, that they are producing these shoes in real, and everything is sold out. So
Yeah.
to understand this, we cannot think as a person like me, 40 years old. You need to think as a person of 15, 16 years old, that they are the next consumers. And if you don't understand this, you don't understand anything. That's really
And I really relate to what you're saying, because I watched a recruiting event on the Metaverse. I think it was organized by Carrefour, which is like a French supermarket brand, like Alcampo or Auchan. And they were, at first when I entered, I was like, oh, wow, this is like, funny. But then I was like, no, actually, I have to salute or recognize the efforts of a company like them to actually try to hire people, younger people, because as you said, we are older. So maybe we are not the target audience, but for the new generation coming up, those kind of experiences is everything they seek. And so as a wrap up, and I really want to thank you, Jaime, for being with us today and for sharing all of this, because I think, and I hope people watching this now or later, they now have some open doors on what it means to create experiences that blend between digital and real world through the metaverse. Because as you said, yes, operators today, co-working operators, they have virtual memberships, but how can we explore further with the metaverse, to have like even experiences through a virtual membership that we cannot get at the moment, because right now virtual membership is just maybe access to a Slack or mail. But how can we go further with this? I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, you can reproduce your co-working space in 3D, and to put this membership into a virtual platform, and to start putting content is really easy to walk in any room and to say, okay, I'm going to see the timetable, I want to download this, I want to watch this video. So these things, we can do it today, and it's working really well.
Yeah. Jaime, thank you so much for being with us today. As always, it's been fantastic to chat with you. I would really invite everyone first to connect with you on LinkedIn. We'll add the link of your profile, because you're really an expert in the metaverse. Most of your content I know is in Spanish, but still it's really cool. I've been on your website. And then, of course, WayCo. I'm also really curious to see how your expertise is going to blend into WayCo's story and like concept, because I'm sure we are going to get there. So that's also super interesting. Really, thank you, Jaime, for being with us. And I hope to see you very soon in Valencia or somewhere else.
Yeah,
in the metaverse.
Maybe, but I prefer to see you physically. Okay.
Yeah, me too. But until then, we'll be content in the metaverse.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you very much for having us here. And thank you to all the audience. And if anyone is passing to Valencia, just make yourself free to know our spaces. WayCo, and see you around. Pauline, thanks a lot for bringing these top topics. really
My
necessary.
pleasure. My pleasure. We're really
Thank you.
happy to have this. See you, Jaime,
Thank you.
and
Bye
say hi
bye.
to the team. Bye.
Bye.